Before the first shadow fell across the heavens, there was only brilliance, an ocean of light so pure that even eternity seemed to bow before it. The celestial realm was harmony itself. Every angel sang the same note, a symphony that echoed the holiness of the Creator. But within that perfection, something unseen began to stir. A thought, small yet powerful enough to change all of creation. What really happened in heaven before the first angel fell? Today we uncover the untold story of the divine rebellion that began not with fire, but with a whisper. Welcome to Divine War Stories, a channel dedicated to revealing the mysteries of heaven, the battles of faith, and the love of Christ that still redeems every fallen heart. If you love exploring the spiritual depths of Scripture and discovering what really lies behind the unseen, subscribe now and activate the notification bell. That way you won't miss any new revelation about the cosmic war between light and darkness, and how it connects directly to your own walk with God. Now, let's begin the story. In the beginning, heaven was not merely a place, it was the heartbeat of divine order. Every being existed to reflect one thing, God's glory. Among the countless angels, one stood above the rest. Lucifer, the morning star, radiant and unmatched in beauty. His purpose was to guard the throne, to channel light, not to claim it. Yet as he gazed into his own reflection, he began to confuse the radiance of God with his own. Pride did not roar, it whispered. And that whisper became the seed of ruin. Imagine the stillness of heaven when the first doubt was born. It didn't come through violence but through reasoning. Lucifer asked himself, why should God be the only one to reign? That single question fractured the unity of the skies. It was the first philosophy against heaven, the first argument against perfection itself. And in that moment, pride, the oldest sin in existence, took its first breath. A thought became a storm. Lucifer's radiance had once inspired, but now it deceived. His beauty became his own idol, his gift became his curse. He began to whisper to others, planting the same seed of questioning within their pure hearts. Are we not also divine? He asked. And some listened. Others trembled. The heavens began to divide, not with swords but with loyalty. For the first time, angels had to choose between truth and deception, between light and the illusion of self. When the rebellion began, it was not chaos at first, it was persuasion. Lucifer built a kingdom of lies clothed in light. He called it freedom. But heaven was built on order, not control, on love, not oppression. God's authority was never tyranny, it was truth. And when truth is questioned, reality begins to break. That is how sin is born, not in defiance first but in the distortion of what is already good. Pride always disguises itself as enlightenment. The angels who followed Lucifer believed they were rising, yet they were falling. They thought they were claiming independence, yet they were abandoning purpose. And that's how rebellion works. It promises a crown but delivers chains. Lucifer's light turned to darkness the moment he tried to own what was never his to possess. The irony of his fall was this: the one who wanted to be above all became the lowest of all. When the time came for confrontation, heaven didn't tremble, truth stood firm. Michael, the archangel, rose not out of rage but out of justice. His cry echoed through eternity, who is like God? That question was not an insult, it was revelation. There is no comparison, no equal, no rival. And with that declaration, war erupted, not between equals but between creation and creator. Lucifer discovered that no throne stands beside the Eternal One. The war in heaven wasn't just about power, it was about purity. Evil was never born because God created it, it was born because his creation tried to exist apart from him. The moment light tried to shine alone, darkness began. Lucifer's rebellion was not just the first sin, it was the first heartbreak. Heaven wept for its fallen brother, and yet justice had to prevail. Love does not permit lies to reign. When the fallen were cast out, silence returned to heaven, but it was a different silence. The angels who remained understood something they never had before: the weight of holiness. It wasn't just perfection, it was protection. Holiness is the boundary that keeps creation safe within the presence of God. The fall wasn't merely a punishment, it was the natural result of separation from that presence. To live outside holiness is to live outside life itself. Lucifer's descent didn't just mark his own ruin, it began a war that still echoes within every soul today. Every time we choose pride over humility, or desire over obedience, that same rebellion is repeated in miniature form. Humanity became the battlefield where heaven and hell continue to clash. Yet even then, God's plan was already unfolding. Redemption was not a reaction, it was preparation. The Lamb was already chosen before the foundation of the world. Christ, the eternal Word, watched as Lucifer fell, not with hatred but with sorrow. He knew that the only way to restore creation was through sacrifice, not destruction. The Son would later descend lower than Lucifer ever did, not through rebellion but through obedience. The contrast is divine irony. The one who sought to rise fell, and the one who humbled himself was exalted above all. The cross was the answer to the war that began before time. But holiness, true holiness, is not a burden, it's the essence of love. God does not command holiness to control us, but to protect what's sacred within us, our souls. He knows we cannot be perfect, but He calls us to pursue purity because that pursuit keeps us close to Him. Every command of Christ is not a restriction, but an invitation back into divine order, where peace reigns and pride dies. Sin, at its core, is the same deception Lucifer once whispered, "You can be your own God." It's the ancient echo of the first rebellion. But every time you choose forgiveness over anger, humility over pride, and truth over convenience, you silence that whisper. The real victory is not in power, it's in surrender. To submit to Christ is to reclaim the light that was stolen long ago. Now let's bring this closer to us. Every believer is part of this cosmic story. You are not just living on earth, you're standing in the middle of a spiritual war that began before creation. But you're not powerless. The same Christ who defeated pride with humility gives you authority through faith. Your obedience is your weapon, your worship is your victory. So when Jesus says, "Be holy as I am holy," He's not demanding the impossible. He's revealing the pathway back home. Holiness is not perfection, it's alignment. It's living so close to God that your heart begins to reflect His. Christ calls us to holiness because He values what's eternal in us, our soul. Everything else fades, but your soul belongs to eternity. Heaven's story didn't end with a fall, it continues through redemption. What Lucifer lost, Christ restored. What pride destroyed, grace rebuilt. Every time a heart turns back to God, heaven celebrates as if another star has been reborn. You are part of that restoration. Your life, your choices, your faith, they echo beyond time, pushing back the same darkness that once rose against heaven. So remember this, holiness is not isolation, it's illumination. When you walk with Christ, you carry the same light that Lucifer once betrayed but redeemed through love. You are proof that even after rebellion, restoration is possible. The battle for heaven was won by truth, and the battle for your soul is won by surrender. Stay near the Word, for that's where light lives. If this message spoke to you, take a step closer to the light. Read the scriptures daily, let them guard your mind as heaven once guarded its gates. Seek a church that preaches Christ in truth and love, where His grace is not just spoken but lived. And before you go, subscribe to Divine War Stories, activate the bell, and continue walking this journey of revelation with us. Because the real war isn't above, it's within. And Christ has already won it for you.